Welcome back to Mind Trick Media. Today we are going to be talking about a few different things. We're going to start by talking about Andor Season 2 and then roll into Star Wars Celebration. Just kind of some stuff that happened. So, So we got this weird content schedule, 3 episodes a week. Gonna be weird to kind of talk about on here because usually we're doing like 1 to 2 episodes to talk about. You want to start with the overall thoughts?
Kind of boring. I say kind of because
certain parts of it were very slow.
yeah.
I can't believe we're already a fourth of the way through the season. I don't feel like we've done anything.
No. Absolutely. That's what I mean by kind of slow is like I feel like there's so much at stake with what's going on. But like, Cassian's trapped on this planet with a bunch of people that don't know what he's doing. I don't even know. I'm not even quite sure what they were.
he was supposed to be doing this rendezvous with someone else.
Well, what I thought...
Because they were supposed to be stealing this new high-tech ship, which, like, ended up being, like, kind of the wrong... Like, not the wrong ship, but, like, he didn't know how to control any of it because he had, like, trained to do a different ship.
Yeah.
And then at his rendezvous, it just wasn't there. Those fucking people were there. Right. And I'm assuming they killed the dude he was supposed to rendezvous with.
Yeah, and then you got like Bix and everyone that's just waiting on him. And then the other side of the story, you have Mon Mothma and what's the other guy's name? The guy that helped her in the first season. The guy that's like shaky with their plans now and not being recognized. What is his name again?
Oh, the one like banker guy, the guy that Mon Mothma's husband keeps thinking that she's sleeping with.
Yes.
I don't know his name.
Anyways. There's that serious plot happening where they're losing him, and that's concerning for the rebellion. And then at the same time, we're just worried about this wedding, and it's just like, you know what? I don't really care.
So like, I liked that side of it.
Well,
I liked the wedding part and the secrecy and bouncing with like Luther and them like that. There's like this weird. I will say it is weird. We're on this planet that we don't know what it is. Mm-hmm. Which I think they ended up saying, but like, by the way, we're terrible with names, so like, sorry, but like, so they're there legitimately to have their daughter married to the one guy from the first season who is just rich, and he's supposed to be helping with the money situation with starting the rebellion, like these bullshit behind the back bank account things, and like Luther's a part of it, obviously, Mon Mothma, and like. I guess, like, I understand what they're doing. Some people are starting to back out for X, Y, and Z. They feel like it's not going to be worth it in the end. I understand that
people
whole
are scared.
thing. But, like, 3 episodes? Yeah. And then I have a feeling the next 2 episodes, that's not, like, the wedding's, like, done, basically. Mm-hmm. So, like, is the next episode going to jump to the next week? Are we in the same spot we were? Because, like... I feel like that the situation where they're going to meet on Coruscant is going to be like episodes from now. I don't think it's going to be the next episode. So like we're going to be halfway through the season and that plot line hasn't started at all.
Yeah.
And then Cassian's is weird because like you said, they are on this like harvest planet and the Empire's like doing audits and like checking the census of like illegal people. I feel like this was way too realistic to real world shit. And like I like that about it, but I was just like, all right. And then we go through that whole thing. Like I feel like we went nowhere in 3 episodes.
Oh, and then also don't get me started on the apartment shit.
Okay, so he said it when we talked about it like a little bit ago. The one thing about Andor that I think can be important, but I don't care about are the 2 people from the Empire. The guy who works in the one like cubicle office and then the woman who's like in those weird council meetings and she's going to be assigned to do something about that like spider planet.
Well, it has okay, so I'm not concerned about her. I'm more concerned about the guy cuz it's like I don't care about your relationship with your mom. Like what is that dude?
I guess we're supposed to be seeing like what people like I have a feeling like there's going to be something because they're not in the movie. They're not in Rogue One, are they?
Not that I'm aware of.
I don't know. She might be, honestly, but I don't think he is. I don't know what he could be a part unless he like bails on the Empire at some point.
He's like a spy.
Not necessarily spy,
or maybe
but
not. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just like, I feel like they're in this season so far. We talked about it already that we thought it was going to be super actiony. Which when it started, first episode when he got in the TIE fighter, dude, visuals insane.
So like he gets into it, sits into it, and immediately pulls that thing down, and just went launching into the back. I was like, I couldn't have bet money on what that was going to be what happened.
Visuals were fantastic.
See, it's the one thing, and like, yeah, acting's fantastic. The sets are fantastic. The costumes are fantastic. The acting is fantastic.
The sets are funny to me because I feel like it's so good that it looks more fake. You know what I mean?
I mean, like, yes and no.
I feel like the buildings that they're in look more fake because of how good it looks.
Cassian.
The buildings that he's in?
I don't think Mon Mothma, those buildings look weird.
Yeah.
I think those look like what they should look like.
Every time we've seen Cassian in a building,
we're going to talk about Mon Mothma in the wedding for a while in a second because I have so many, like,
okay.
What were you saying about Cassian, though?
I was not him specifically. It just like I feel like the visuals are so good that things are starting to look fake. You know what I mean? Like, if you like sit there, I was like, when he went to go to the TIE fighter and that door closed behind him, I was like, that looks so fucking fake. It was ridiculous. Like,
everything is so smooth.
Yeah, it looks too good.
And what's crazy is they're shooting a lot of shit like on site places. Like I know they used like what company is it? It's like it might not be Ferrari, but they used like an F1 building to do one of the buildings.
Probably the TIE fighter one.
I think it was from like where they hold the like Coruscant meetings. Like that weird like glass building. Yeah. I think that's like an F1 racing like building. Like okay. I think I saw a clip of it because there was like F1 cars in there, and then they like pulled them out obviously to shoot. But I was just like, what the fuck? Like they're shooting on site for some places, and like that's cool. But holy fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess we can talk about. So Cassian goes to this planet, and there's these weird people. I don't even know what to describe of what they're talking about how they were doing something and their planet or something was blowing up, so they took a ship, and then the one guy's brother or sister or someone left them to go save survivors, but the people are disagreeing on if he's actually doing that or just getting the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
And there's like high tensions. They don't have food. They don't have water. Then all of a sudden fucking Cassian shows up. He's captured in like a fucking I
thought he was honestly, unless I missed it, just with like them talking about it, I thought he was going back to the planet where he was from at first when they first got there.
No.
Did they talk about it beforehand? About him going to a rendezvous point?
They talked about it like after.
Yeah, so I didn't miss that.
I don't
so
think.
When he first got to the planet...
He lands there, and I'm like, what the fuck are we doing?
Well, right, when he first got to the planet, I thought it was the planet that he was from season 1.
No.
Because you know how he was looking for his sister, and they told him to stop, or his mom told him to stop looking for his sister.
Yeah.
I thought he was just looking for his sister again. I was like...
No, because when he phones into the one girl, he was like, there was no one at my rendezvous. Like, it's abort.
Right.
By the way, this is the wrong fucking plane. This is the wrong fucking TIE fighter.
I got that after the fact. It was when he first got
there.
Yeah,
when he landed, I don't think we...
That's what I thought.
Because I thought the season started weird to begin with, because we start with him in this hangar bay for the Empire in like a full like tester pilot outfit.
Yeah.
And I was like, how the fuck did we get here?
Weren't you just in prison?
Well, no, they escaped prison.
I know they did.
But it says like 1 year later. I'm like, all right, they've been doing some stuff.
Yeah, apparently. But yeah, that's what I thought when he first landed on that planet. And then honestly, when they first met the people on the planet, I thought it was just some of like the tribes that.
No.
Well, that's what I originally thought when I just saw them. I was like, oh, they're part of the tribe, and they just got the blasters from the ship that's crashed right there. I didn't know it was his at first. Like, I just started assuming things. I was like, all right, I'm trying to connect things from the first season. Then it was like, no. And I was like,
it was none of them. And then he, like, escapes while they're fighting, and there's that fucking monster or whatever. He gets on the ship and leaves. We're just not going to talk about it, I guess. they're gone.
Done.
No
Over
point of
with.
this. I guess the whole point was that he was supposed to have a rendezvous that didn't show up, but I don't even know if they said who the rendezvous was. He just says my friend. Maybe
said
they
a
did.
name. They said a name, but I don't. All right, I guess we can move on to the wedding stuff. There ain't much more to talk about there.
Yeah, and then he gets to the other planet, and then one guy gets killed.
Yeah,
which
that pissed
sucks,
me off. But I knew it as soon as he got on the speeder to go after.
No, it was when that stormtrooper lifted his blaster.
Right.
That's when I knew. I was like,
No, but
kill this
when he
fucker.
first got on the speeder to go after Will, I knew he was gonna die. I could just tell. Like they zoomed in on him, and I was just like, "Oh, he's gonna die."
Yeah.
Then he did, and I was like, "Fuck you."
Yeah, and then they get in and they just get the fuck out of there. They didn't say bye to anybody, didn't check, just left.
Yeah.
I don't really want to talk about this, but
Let's not talk about it.
But I do want to talk about it. The scene with
Don't say the word.
I know, I'm being careful. The Empire guy and then the girl.
Bix. Yeah.
What the fuck was that?
Yeah.
And she full on said the word too. I was like, what are we doing? Star Wars?
Yeah, I was like,
And like, here's the thing. It's not that it's like I'm mad or don't put it. I think it's something that is like not good to show, but is showing a side of that type of empire of there's just people on these planets that don't really matter. They're doing all these checks. Like, how are they treating people in the galaxy, especially in that parts? And clearly they're doing shit like that.
yeah.
But like I knew what was happening, but like as it was happening, I'm like, maybe he's just trying to like, I don't know. And
I was really hoping that's not what it was.
Yeah, and then like,
I mean, obviously, like we don't want that. to
yeah,
happen,
like
but
it's weird because like I'm not saying like
it was very interesting for Star Wars to
Yeah.
show something like that. Like,
yeah, they've definitely never done anything like that.
I mean, I guess like the closest thing we have is like Slave Girl Leia with Jabba.
The like Twi'leks get
Yeah.
fucked over.
Yeah, so it's like this is the side of Star
Yeah,
Wars
but-
this is a side of Star Wars that's been kind of teased to us, but has never happened.
It
until
was
now.
like smuggler gangbangers and like those
Right.
type of people. Like we're on Tatooine and shit. This isn't. I don't even know what his rank was, but this
Yeah.
is someone who works for the Empire that was like, this is a cute girl. Let me that to her.
yeah,
I almost said it. Sorry.
that it was.
Yeah, and then she full on was like, he tried to, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. It was interesting that that Disney / Star Wars brought this into.
It's so hard to talk about because I like. I'm not saying that I do want that, but like I'm not opposed to them doing stuff like that.
Right,
I
because
was
it's-
just surprised.
It's real situations. And
yeah,
it's like, all right,
I don't know how to explain that without sounding like shit.
I mean, yeah, it's a real situation that we've never seen before in Star Wars, and it's like
it's something that happens. So like in our world, so it's probably gonna happen there too.
yeah.
And it's just we haven't seen because even to a point we've seen like you said like the slave end type and even like the sex work type stuff in Star Wars before. In the Clone Wars, in the first season of Andor, we see a little bit of stuff like that too. They go to like a nightclub or whatever, and like there's tons of nightclub shit. That scene is not like new, but this type of scenario is way different than we've ever seen.
Yeah, it was.
And then for them to say what it is
it was very real for a minute, and it
Yeah.
was like, whoa.
yeah, yeah, and like I was like, yeah.
I think the
please,
thing is-
Cassian, get here, please.
I think the thing about it is like we've always seen Star Wars as like this fantasy land, and now that we're getting older,
it's so real. Like you
And
said
now-
earlier, it feels so real. It feels wrong.
yeah, and now that we're starting to get older, and they're making shows like I said in the last episode for adults.
Yeah,
This is becoming really real. And
yeah.
it gives you a whole different perspective of what's happening.
Yeah, and so pivot to the wedding thing. So real when she's talking about like we don't have to do this. Like
Yeah.
this is something like an arranged marriage in a way. Like we don't like basically being like I regret what I did, so you don't need to do this. And her daughter gets pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
so
yesterday you were kind of against it, but today you're like,
this. Yeah, when she's like,
He won't hold my hand.
Yeah, he won't hold my hand. I was like, oh yeah, okay. They're young. Dude, where that planet is fucking beautiful though. They're going through all these different places. First off, this isn't a giant fucking like estate. And so they're doing all this like crazy elegant shit. They're drinking this stuff that's getting them fucked up.
Yeah.
And like, so like the girls or whatever go and they look at her dress or whatever, and they're all excited, and we bounce back and we're going through this thing of like, well, this guy's here and he's getting worried about the money situation, and then like his wife left him and he's drinking a lot, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
And then basically they're like, yeah, we had to like take him back to his room because he drank too much. The husband, like Mon Mothma's husband's being all kinds of weird and being like, oh,
he's always been weird.
Yeah, but I think he just wants to, I think he's cool with the Empire just because he's like, we're rich and they're letting us do what we want, so we don't, why should we care about these people?
Yeah. I thought it was interesting at the end where Mon Mothma finally like just let go of everything.
What the fuck was the dancing?
I don't, it had to be something with their culture. There's no way like they're,
what the fuck was the droid disco ball? I was so confused when that droid came out. So okay, this is one of the weirdest things we've ever seen in Star Wars. I think it's fucking weird.
I don't think it's the weirdest, but
it's like this weird traditional planet thing. They're like the thing that I thought was weird is like the whole circle ceremony where they got like married. The guy, like the son, is like in the middle. And he's like, join me in the circle.
I didn't think it was weird. I just didn't like the boy. I was like, fuck you. You're a little.
That's what we're caring about.
Yeah, that's what I'm caring about.
But she like joins him and they're like together, and then the parents start jumping and dancing around him, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then they come out and do like their first dance, and it's like this weird like hand. What is the hand walking thing?
I don't know.
She's like walking with the eye. Yeah, it's fucking more shit in Star Wars we've never seen of weird shit. Like, these first 3 episodes were weird.
They were just different.
Yeah, and like, and I'm kind of with you though, where I'm like, I liked it, but we're 3 episodes in, and I don't know where the fuck we're going.
Yeah,
and the thing is, I know exactly where we're going. I don't know how we're getting there.
Yeah, that's the issue. Is like we're a fourth of the way through this, and we feel like we haven't done anything. We haven't done anything. It's the last season. We're leading up to Rogue One, which is like super important with the Death Star plans and all this shit. And it's like, all right,
do you think we see Vader?
I feel like yeah.
The last episode, they're like, Lord Vader, we have an issue on this planet, and he was like, ready my ship.
I still think the one girl that works for the Empire is getting force choked. I still think that.
That's interesting. We'll have to see about that.
But they did talk about in the episode that the Emperor was having like hands-on with the stuff that they're doing. So I wonder if it's the Emperor. Listen, if we get to see Palpatine force choking, that'd be nuts. That'd be something different and something actually really cool.
Do you think they casted Ian McDiarmid?
I don't know. I don't know what the cast list is. I haven't looked, but they haven't put people on it before, and then we'll put them on later. So who knows? But yeah, I don't dislike it. It's not that it was the worst.
Oh, dude, I get what you mean.
It's not like it was bad, but it's not like we did anything for the story. That's where I'm at with it.
And like the only thing I can think of is that they're like with the guy and the girl in the apartment, they have like obviously she's on that new mission thing to do that. And like I feel like something about him is just off enough that he has to have some bigger purpose. And then I feel like Mon Mothma's daughter getting married to this guy and like something with that is gonna fall through. Like maybe the boy knows and he rats out Mon Mothma and it causes tension because like we don't know Mon Mothma's kids in like the later shit. So like I don't know if something happens to her or it's just weird. Maybe she divorces her husband and like gets the fuck out of there to the rebellion.
Mm-hmm. See, we talked about it with the last season, how the first 4 episodes were very strong. The middle 4 were kind of slower story developing. And then the last 4 were obviously very important. I think what's going to happen this time around is we're going to have the first 3 be super slow. The next 3 is going to pick up. The next 3 is going to pick up.
It's just going to keep going.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be a linear path, which I feel like that's the best course of action, especially right now. Like with how you started this, like I feel like there's no need to like go up the next 3 and then come back down. You come back down, you're going to start losing people.
That's the thing. Like we said, though, it still looks fantastic. The acting's fantastic. The shots are fantastic. It's just one of those things that it's
and like we're being.
I actually haven't seen anybody's response to this.
I haven't seen anybody actually. I haven't seen nobody talk about it. I haven't seen any spoilers. I haven't seen anything.
I know Theory did like a watch through,
sure.
but I haven't seen anything that he said about it.
Yeah.
He's been promoting a lot of lightsaber shit lately. So
yeah. Like we said, we're not saying this is bad as long as they pick it up and keep going. Like you said, you have story developing, and that's fine. Let it keep going. Don't take a break from it. Just keep going, please. And that's how I feel about it. Like I'm not turned off by it by any means, but we need to keep going.
Yeah, and like you said, I think we will.
Yeah.
Because like Cassian's back into like the main people storyline stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming he's going to find Luther.
Yeah.
And like that'll be he might be involved in the conversation that happens on.
Yeah. I know what you're saying.
What the hell is the name of that planet? Coruscant. What the fuck? I'm like losing my shit. Yeah. I don't know. Like I'm a little kind of like I watched 3 episodes and I felt like it was 2 episodes worth of content.
Yeah, I'm not worried though. I'm not worried. I haven't got to the worry point yet.
Oh, hell no.
No.
I don't think I'll be worried at all.
Yeah. We'll see.
No, I don't think we'll be worried.
Well, depending on how the next...
I don't think this show can be bad.
Well,
I really don't think so.
You'd hope.
I mean...
Hope. But, yeah. All right, to pivot based off of a show being bad, let's talk about... Not necessarily bad, but let's talk about Star Wars Celebration.
Yeah,
let's get to that.
Obviously, it was in Japan. We didn't go.
Talked about it.
Jesus, man, this thing keeps kicking me off.
We talked about it as if we could have, but we couldn't have. But it'd have been fun. I'm sure it was fun.
Sorry, give me a second. I gotta find this. Yeah. So, a
lot of announcements.
A lot of announcements, and a lot of them being shocking. So, this rambles on for like 30,
let's just go one at a time and talk about it first.
A lot of these don't matter.
I mean, just talk about it.
Star Wars Visions presents The Ninth Jedi. This is a standalone film in the anime, like from an anime studio.
Not a film; it's a show.
Is it a show?
Yeah, it's an actual anime show.
Okay. Oh
that
yeah,
that has a linear story.
Yeah, well, I was just saying it's not part of Visions.
No,
because they're doing another season of Visions too.
I'm actually more excited about this than Visions.
Oh
season
yeah,
3.
and I don't know what studio's doing it.
No idea.
But I think it's good that we're getting like a full thing of one person doing
an actual story.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, there's some cool one-off stories that's in Visions, but I feel like there's also some that's like
there was a couple in especially season 2, that I was like, I don't give a fuck about this.
Well, that, and then also you have no other story surrounding it, so it's like, all right, I can't even like the character and be in love with the character because there hasn't been a story surrounding it.
In like in 5 minutes, you have to make me like a character, and like obviously the main one from the first one, like just by what he looks like, the samurai, like everybody's cool with that.
Yeah.
Like
I also think I'm still kind of excited for Vision season 3. I've gotten into anime as of recently, and I kind of excited just to be able to watch it.
Yeah, I hope they lean more anime though, and not just animated.
Yeah.
So I mean, it seems like they understand that's what people like. So, yeah, those are kind of both. Vision Season 3 is an October 25 release, so this year. And then The Ninth Jedi is a 2026 release, but we don't have like a time frame. We already talked about this, but obviously we're going to talk about it again. Star Wars Underworld.
Yeah.
I am so excited.
I am too.
I guess they showed some scenes with Asajj Ventress there. I haven't seen them, but we've seen the trailer and we covered it. So that's kind of all that. The Mandalorian and Grogu movie.
Full shot with Zeb.
Yeah.
Zeb's
I'm
back.
so excited for them to be back.
I am too.
And that just 100% confirms to me the Mandalorian and Ahsoka will be 100% a crossover. And like they said it was going to be, but like we were still.
Well, Dave Filoni even said Zeb's coming back in Ahsoka. They're all going to be together. Like, don't worry.
He's big as fuck.
Don't worry, everybody's going to be together. It's okay.
Yeah.
Also, do they have Ahsoka on their season 2?
This has the number one thing is Hayden Christensen returning.
Okay, we knew that was going to happen. Come on, there's no way. Like, if you didn't do that, I don't think
we'll talk about Ahsoka next now because I want to talk about the last two things last. So we'll talk about Ahsoka. Ahsoka obviously got announced.
Hayden's
Rory
confirmed.
McCann is replacing Ray Stevenson. I have seen a lot of. So they showed the pictures. I'm assuming you saw the pictures. I can't remember who I saw. It might have been Theory, and I think I saw some other people talk about how they definitely need to change his beard a little bit. He needs to be more of that white beard to look better. But I would say 90+% are approving of this. He was fantastic as the Hound. Probably one of the only people that I would be okay with replacing him. So,
oh, it's so sad though. Like,
dude, because
no offense to the guy at all, but like, dude,
because Ray Stevenson is just. He's been in so much stuff, and he just has like an aura around him. And the thing about Rory McCann is they don't have the same aura, even though they both have aura.
Yeah. And Ray
I
Stevenson.
can't believe I just said that on a podcast.
And Ray Stevenson's Balin was so good. It was so mysterious.
Yeah, but he also has this like look to him that's like lightheartening and like like someone that could be loving. Rory McCann is a fucking demon.
But I think with how Balin's character is going to keep going, I feel like he's going to edge closer to the darkness anyways, versus like being that.
It's just weird because I feel like there has to be a time jump now.
I don't know.
With his character.
But yeah, I think there's going to be a dip in his, like, he's going to edge closer to the darkness.
I would love to know what he's going to sound like. Because
Yeah,
I'm
I
pretty
don't
sure Rory McCann is
I don't know what he sounds
English.
like, to be honest. I don't know what he sounds like.
just a man.
Yeah, I've no idea.
He's just a man. I feel like his like soft spoken is still harsh, which is something that Stevenson would be like soft spoken into the like. We're terrible at this. But like okay. So there's that.
Mortis gods are going to be involved.
Yeah,
Mortis gods are going to be involved. Half of it's going to be a war.
So that's something that's very interesting. He said this is a fucking war. The return of Admiral Akbar.
Yeah.
Thrawn is going to be playing a big role.
I guarantee you it's like the Night Sisters, the dead Night Sisters alive. I guarantee you
with
this.
like the clones or the troopers.
What do you mean?
The like dead troopers.
Oh, yeah. Maybe not like that, but like how they like used the magic and stuff to bring the Night Sisters back. That has to be what the army is. There's no way. Because like they went to Dathomir and they had a bunch of like coffins. Like there's no way that's not what it is. It has to be all the dead Night Sisters. That's going to be scary and awesome at the same time.
I kind of hope it's scary. Like horror-esque.
I think it will be. With that many like
and so
bodies.
That's the interesting thing is that Filoni's doing all of it.
Yeah.
He's not letting anybody touch it.
Oh yeah, he wrote everything.
And on top of that, we know what he likes. So, and he was full out like Rebels are going to be the Rebels, like the show Rebels.
Yeah.
Ahsoka's going to be in a ton. Hayden's coming back. We're getting the more. He's like full on like
going to be more involved.
And like the names he said specifically was Ezra's going to have a big part. Hera's going to have a big part.
Chopper's going to have a bigger
Chopper's going to have bigger roles. And I'm just like, I just can't imagine him. He's going to have a blaster. I just know he is.
I feel like Ahsoka season 1, we've talked about it and talked about how it felt like it just kind of how it just like fell. And it fell flat. And I just feel like they set that up to where season 2 can just fucking shine.
The thing that I'm still worried about is I'm assuming 8 episodes. I feel like we're going to get this season. It's going to be really good. And we're going to get to a point like, okay, this is the point. And then we're going to be like, see you at the movies. And I'm like, you motherfuckers.
I know. That's exactly how I feel like it's going to go, too. I'm so excited.
And like, I feel like with this Mandalorian and Grogu movie, I don't know if they're going to do the idea of a solo film or if they're going to connect it a little. But like, so obviously the Mandalorian meets Zeb Zeb obviously knows.
Dave Filoni.
Obviously knows
He
the,
knows
the
Dave
Rebels
Filoni.
characters with Ezra.
Yeah.
But Mando knows Luke
And
Ahsoka, who connect to Grogu. There has to be this like constellation of
and
how
Boba
these
Fett technically.
and Boba Fett I'm pretty sure they said he's coming back as well.
Yeah.
So like, there's so many characters to do shit. I wonder if it'll be a double war. There will be like a war of that galaxy, and then there'll be a war in our galaxy.
Yeah.
But it will be Thrawn and a dead company versus Ezra, Luke, the Mandalorians, half of the rebels.
Just the rebels.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And
Hayden fucking Christensen.
And timeline-wise, we could have Leia and Han and them in there, which would be very interesting now that I think about that. What'd you say?
Hayden fucking Christensen.
Yeah. I still don't know how they're going to do it. I mean, we have I don't know if we've talked on, I think we have. With, obviously, I'm assuming he, like, is going to be the father.
Yeah.
There's going to be this replacement of the Mortis gods, I'm assuming is what's going to happen.
I feel like it has to be.
Or it could not be.
Maybe they're just still there.
Yeah,
Maybe they have to throw it down with the Mortis gods as part of it.
How would that even work?
I don't even know. I literally don't know. Okay. I don't know. There's so many possibilities.
I think we get another set of flashbacks with Anakin and Ahsoka.
Hopefully that means Ewan too. Because we talked about that. Like, Ewan could be a part of these flashbacks, dude.
And I know he wants to be.
I know. He wants to be, and we talked about the Mortis gods possibly having flashbacks to even that, because they're involved.
What if we got a live-action flashback of when Anakin was on Mortis?
Yeah. Dude, I don't know. There's so much that could happen. Regardless if it's in season 2 or if it's in the movie, doesn't matter. There's so many possibilities. We've also heard, I don't know if they talked about it at Celebration, but the rumors of Abeloth being casted by Natalie Portman already had brought that up. Dude.
I don't necessarily like that.
I love it.
I don't.
Imagine.
It doesn't make sense.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Imagine Luke.
She can't look like her. It doesn't make sense.
Abeloth can, I'm pretty sure, take on the appearance of anybody.
Yeah, but, like, I don't like that.
Dude. But
what is that going to do?
Hayden Christensen as Anakin Skywalker. Luke, possibly Leia, Ahsoka have to go take down Natalie Portman, Padme.
I don't know if I like that.
Dude, you know how heartbreaking that is?
Yeah, but like I feel like it'll be just weird.
I don't think so.
I don't know if I could look at her and understand that that's a monster and her face split in half with a bunch of teeth.
Well, that's because...
And her grow 100 fucking feet tall and shit like that. Like, I don't know.
I don't know. I think it would be one of the best things you could do. I really do think that.
Yeah, but it's also just weird because now we have Balin, Anakin, and possibly Anakin's training Ahsoka to become like the daughter, and like they're just gonna go fight Padme.
Well, the daughter gave up her essence to Ahsoka to save her.
That's
in the
why
Mortis arc. So I don't know, dude.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think it makes sense for it to be Natalie Portman. Nor do I think she would want to do it.
I think she would. She wants to come back. She said, "I'm waiting on a phone call."
Yeah, like 20 years ago she said that.
No, she said that. It was recently.
I don't know. I think it'll just be too weird.
I don't know. I think it's a possibility, and I think Dave Filoni would do something like that. Because he loves to make people cry. He loves heartbreaking shit. I don't know. All right, we talked about Ahsoka way too long.
All right. We got the new Star Wars movie being announced with Ryan Gosling as the lead in Starfighter.
I don't understand where they're like what the movie's even going to be about because it's a standalone.
And it's 5 years after the Rise of Skywalker. Yeah. I low-key think he's just a fighter pilot and he's going to be playing this like Poe role.
I've seen him with a lightsaber.
Then I have no fucking clue.
Yeah, I don't know if it was just fan made and like somebody just made it because anybody.
They didn't show a trailer or anything about.
I haven't seen
movie.
anything from Celebration at all.
I know, but they didn't show anything. They just
know.
announced it.
I've seen this thing with him with the green lightsaber. I don't know.
I don't know if
I have
that's
no
real
idea.
or not. I don't know how I feel about this.
I think Ryan Gosling's a fantastic actor. It's going to be very interesting to see somebody like him in the universe of Star Wars.
I don't like it. I don't like when they cast like main people, like A-list actors.
It's interesting because they don't really do that. They haven't really done that.
And like there are the occasional ones that are, but like a lot of the people kind of were not that big yet. Like I know one that like I think some like a lot of people talk about is like Samuel L. Jackson, but yeah, I guess he goes against what I said, but he also just played the role fantastic. And like that's the thing, Ryan Gosling's fantastic in it.
That doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, but
I think
it is just weird. Like
I think it is weird.
I think it's such a stretch.
I think it is weird, and I think it's weird to see a pretty boy. That's just casted.
We're not fucking new to pretty people in Star Wars.
Well, that's true, but like, did he get casted because he's a pretty boy? That's the question.
Yeah. What do you think A-list actors are?
I don't know. I think Ryan Gosling can.
To me, that would be the same thing as like.
I'm less worried about Ryan Gosling as an actor more than I'm worried about what fucking story are they going to come up with. That's what I'm worried about.
He said that the only reason he took the part was because he read the script and it was fantastic. But like I don't like that big of actors being in it.
It isn't.
And
it
like,
is different.
And like it can because like Rosario Dawson is a pretty big actress, and obviously she's playing Ahsoka, but she's got head tendrils and shit like that. Like, I'm assuming he's gonna look exactly like what
I
he
saw.
like.
I don't know if it's true. Like if, like I said with the lightsaber, it was just him with the lightsaber.
Yeah, I don't know if that's real. I mean, why would he be the main character in something called Starfighter and it be about a Jedi? I was assuming it was about him being like in this Poe character. And he's just a crazy good pilot for like after that shit happens.
I have no idea. It's going to be different and interesting. I try to go into all of Star Wars now with just a crazy open mind because it's like, all right, they've done a lot. And it's like, okay, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. Like we said, we don't even know if he's a Jedi or just a pilot, like you said.
I really hope that's not the case. If he is in it, I really hope he's not. Like, cause like, don't get me wrong. Like, I like the Jedi stuff, but I don't think it makes sense. Like, because then, okay, so we're gonna talk about the next one. Fucking, they're supposed to be making this Rey movie, and I think it's called New Jedi Order or some shit like that.
They're making a Rey movie and then a sequel, or I don't even know what the hell.
Dude, they're making like 10. They announced like 10 movies.
They're making four. No. They're making
3 standalones. No,
5 standalones. I'm pretty sure it's 5.
Oh, I wasn't including Mandalorian. I was talking about
I'm
all
not
the
even
extra
talking about
shit.
that either. So you have Ryan Gosling standalone, you have Rey standalone, and I'm pretty sure they announced 3 random standalones that didn't have very much information on them at all.
Well, the one's the Jedi Order one, like the beginning of the Jedi Order.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
That
That's
one's
the Rey
still
one.
greenlit. No.
Oh.
The one that's like the origin
Dawn.
story.
Okay, that's
Dawn
the other
of
one.
the Jedi.
So I think there's 5, and then there's a whole trilogy.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck they're doing with that.
And I'm just like, whoa! You just announced like 8+ movies. Just
yeah, and I guess I'm not gonna judge it. They did hire that person that they said they were gonna hire for that Rey movie. No fucking way is that gonna be like great.
Isn't Rey supposed to be the main character in the trilogy too?
I really hope not.
Why does she need a standalone movie and then a whole trilogy about her?
I really hope not. I think this is the problem. It's not a Daisy Ridley thing.
No. We talked about that.
It's not an Adam Driver thing. It's not Jonathan Boyega.
Yeah.
It's not Oscar Isaac. It is legitimately that those stories fucking sucked.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine a character that character, not actress, character that everybody hates. You're gonna make a standalone film that no one gives a fuck about. Besides, like, I can't say no one. There are people.
I think what they're going to do is they have these standalone movies, and these are the pretest for it. You have The Mandalorian Grogu coming out. You have...
That one doesn't need a pretest. That's just
I'm just saying. That's a pretest. I think the Rey Solo movie is a pretest, and I think the Ryan Gosling movie is a pretest. I think those three are these movies, and if they don't do good, I think the other shit will just get canceled. I think that's what's going to happen.
People are going to go see the Ryan Gosling movie no matter what the fuck happens.
Well, right, but...
And, like, we're going to, too, but honestly,
think about it.
I'm not crazy excited.
Think about it. If you can't pull in people for Ryan Gosling, what the hell are you going to do?
I think that's the problem, though. You don't need Ryan Gosling to pull in people. Just make a good fucking story.
I agree, but
did we know anybody that was in the Rogue One movie before it came out?
Not that I'm aware of.
There probably is someone, but like,
I don't know anybody. So.
Yeah, that's true. But like Diego Luna, like was popular. I didn't know who the fuck he was.
Dude, I think if those three movies are unsuccessful, which I find it hard to believe that two of them are going to be.
Mandalorian's gonna just do Mandalorian shit,
right? And I feel like Ryan Gosling's just going to bring in people that don't even give a fuck about Star Wars. But I feel like if those three movies don't do good, a lot of these other movies are just going to get canceled. Maybe the Jedi New Order or the Dawn of the Jedi.
The names are fucking me up.
Dawn of the Jedi, that one might come out still because that's just something different. And like I'm all for that.
When's the trilogy supposed to take place? Because I thought it was Dawn of the Jedi, Starfighter, Rey, and then a trilogy.
You mean when they're being released or when they're
what
chronologically?
time period?
So the Dawn of the Jedi is 25,000 years before the first.
I get that one. I get Mandalorian. Rey I get as well. What's the trilogy?
It has to be after the Rey New Order or whatever. It has to be.
When's her movie based? The same time as Starfighter?
It'd probably be a year or two after that or around the same time. It has to be.
I don't know what because like, here's the thing. I talked to someone at work about this. What is that movie going to be? Her building a new Jedi Order? Been there, done that. It fucking didn't work. Why are we still trying to come up with that?
Yeah. It's just...
Like, I would much rather her be this, like, weird middle ground Jedi who uses the dark side a little bit, who is just scavenging for, like, artifacts. I'd much rather watch that. She's going and looking for holocrons, and she goes to Coruscant and sees the old Jedi temple and all shit like that. I'd rather that.
Well, that's just a solo movie then. You don't need a fucking trilogy for that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't even know what the fuck the trilogy is.
I feel like it's just going to be a rinse and repeat of 7, 8, 9. I really do. Maybe it'll be told a little bit better.
Which was a rinse and repeat of 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
But shitty.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right. The last thing we have, he's back.
Boba Fett.
Nope.
I'm just kidding.
He's back.
Sam Witwer.
Which,
by the way, he worked on that show. He was like helping with the.
So this is supposed to be in between him and Ahsoka's fight, and then Rebels. And there's already rumors that his apprentice is going to be in it.
Yep.
I want you to listen to me carefully. I know we've gotten a lot of Darth Maul. I get it. This has potential to be the best thing that Star Wars has ever made.
With Sam Witwer as helping writing it, yeah.
I think this, on a grand scale, no, but on a small scale, is the thing I'm most excited about. And he was like, he gave like the whole like at Star Wars Celebration was like, oh, like, do you guys not know what it's called? Like, how do you guys not know? And it like pops up on the screen.
I think it's going to be really hard for this to not be good.
Yeah.
It would take.
I don't care what they do.
It would take effort to fuck this up.
Maul, Shadow Lord. I want to know what lightsaber he's going to have.
Probably the one he had in the Clone Wars. The season 7 one is the one he... Actually, he lost those.
Yeah, I think he might have a single blade. And then he gets a new dual blade.
Well, he gets the dual blade in Rebels, so I don't know.
Yeah, I think he might have a single blade.
I don't know.
I'm so excited. And if it is... I'm not gonna name any apprentices because we don't know. But like, if it is his apprentice,
I saw this thing saying that it's not Talon.
But wouldn't it be nice?
Yeah.
I saw something where it was supposedly clips from the new show, and there was a Twi'lek in it.
No, there is a Twi'lek, but supposedly I've heard it's not Talon.
Fuck.
But there is a Twi'lek.
Fuck. I don't know how this isn't. This is Bad Batch level extension of the Clone Wars with the best Clone Wars character? Top 3 Clone Wars character?
One of the best, yeah.
Dude. The art style, Sam Witwer's voice.
Witwer
There's probably going to be motion capture. It's going to be fucking awesome.
And the animation is just going to keep getting better.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll stick to that animation.
They are, but I mean, it could just get better.
Yeah.
I mean, it will just get
I've
better.
seen a lot of things lately about people talking about how much they hate the animation.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
They're like, it looks too like lifelike, and I'm like, that's the point.
When you go back into 2008, yeah, there's some scenes that look a little goofy.
Do you know how many awards they won for that animation, though?
Yeah.
They were doing that shit with clay.
Yeah. No, and I completely agree. Like, in 2008, like, looking back on it right now to 2008, yeah, there's some scenes that look a little rough. But, like, dude, like, you watch Season 7 of the Clone Wars. This is going to be better than that. And it's like, dude, it's really fucking good animation.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I'm so fucking excited.
Also, I guess rumored, it's not really true, but Hayden Christensen was being interviewed. And I don't know if you saw this or not, but he basically possibly teased the idea of maybe this Vader series.
I don't believe anything Hayden Christensen says, because he says a lot of things being like a sneaky little fuck.
Yeah. But basically, he was like, there's a lot of story to still be told from after Order 66 until we see Vader again.
If we get a rated R Vader show or movie, I am going to lose my shit.
Yeah. With Hayden as the actor.
I think I'd shove a fucking dumbass in there. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
If they do a rated R, the scene when we first see him in Kenobi, snapping necks and shit. And if we see him hunting down other Jedi and going, dude, if we see the scene where he goes to the Jedi jail and just fucking massacres people, I don't know what I would do.
And then just all the different sides.
I want that to be live action so bad, and them to play it in a theater.
And then also just on top of that, all the psychological shit that he goes through.
Dude, the flashbacks in his fucking meditation pods would go stupid.
You just would.
Oh, dude, we'd get an Order 66 flashback of him and his little famous scene.
Yeah, I think there's so much potential with at least half the stuff that they said at Celebration, and then the other half is kind of a question mark.
Oh yeah,
and it's so like I don't even know. It's like we got a lot of wins, and then it's like, what are these other ones?
Also read it this morning. Kathleen Kennedy might be stepping down as soon as August. Who do you think, if they make Filoni...
It has to be Filoni. There's no
If
way.
they make it Filoni, or they do like a double with him and Favreau, do you think that they have the authority to cancel shit? Do you think if he just goes, no, fuck that, just gets rid of shit?
I don't think so. I mean, authority, yes, but I don't think that they would.
Because, like, he would have the ability to not do this trilogy, depending on what the trilogy is, or just make it whatever trilogy he wants. Hold on. I forgot to talk about it. That just brought me up. Thank you, Dave Filoni. When the woman leaves the wedding and she goes back to Luther's shop on
Back
Coruscant.
to Andor, by the way.
Yeah, sorry. Did you see the one helmet in there?
Oh, it was Plo Koon's.
It was Plo Koon's face mask. I don't know if it was his. It could be the same species and they make those. The highlight of the show so far? No, I saw it and went.
Yeah.
Pause.
Totally forgot about that, but yeah.
Sorry,
like,
that was
whoa.
random. Yeah.
That's what this show is. It should be just called random.
I also saw
media.
some shit from fucking that was coming out of them talking to people at Celebration about how this whole thing with Mace Windu not actually being dead.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that's been rumored for 18 years now, but 20 years.
Could be a part of the Vader series.
The rumors are better than the reality.
I don't think it would be a bad thing.
That was quote of the century, by the way.
I don't think it'd be a bad thing.
What?
Him coming back.
No shit, it ain't a bad thing. What are we talking about?
Oh. Well, you made it seem like kind of.
Oh, hell no. That's what I want.
Oh, okay. No, I think, dude, like that would be something you'd bring into the Vader series, and Vader has to finally finish the job with Mace Windu.
I don't know about finishing jobs now.
Nah, he's gonna finish. He's gonna have to. Where's Mace Windu gonna go?
Someone else could do it.
Ball.
I was thinking like Starkiller.
Now you want Starkiller in canon? Wow. Okay.
Well, I mean, if we're making a Vader rated R movie, we're already off the deep end, so fuck it.
I guess that is true. If you wanted to also bring Starkiller in, that's when you would do it. It would be then.
Nah.
I
just said that because I knew you would be okay if I said that.
Yeah, but it's true. If you were gonna do it, that's when you would do it.
Could have the Emperor finish the job.
Nah, I think it'd be Vader because Vader and Mace Windu.
Could be Mara Jade.
All right, we're getting a little off topic. All
what
right.
if Kylo kills her? Kills him. Why did I say her? Well, Grogu does.
Grogu.
Darth
Grogu's gonna
Grogu.
kill himself helping man.
What about Darth Jar Jar?
All right, we're just rambling. All right,
He would know who he is.
We need to get off.
All right.
There's a lot happening, obviously, that there's just theories and ideas and crazy shit just flowing through all Star Wars fans' heads. There's so much going on, but yeah, that's what we have as of now. So
yeah, might be a little bit interesting of an episode next week.
Yeah.
So obviously you guys will see that when you see it, but yeah, I don't want to say anymore.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun. So, yep. Yeah, we'll see you next time. It's been Mind Trick Media.